So, Maja Ratkje, if I'm not wrong, this is correct pronunciation. Thank you very much. Thanks, Maja. And Avantjoik is your project with the singer Katarina Baruk and video artist Matti Aikio. Could you describe it to us? It is also a tribute to the Sami culture.
Yes, it is. No, I'm working with two Sami artists for Avantjoik. Matti and Katarina are both from the Sami people, which is the minority people, the indigenous people of the Scandinavian countries. Matti has a Finnish passport and Katarina has a Swedish passport. And our meeting space is really unique. It's not predictable to work with someone who is coming from a totally different culture when I've been working with contemporary music for that long and I wanted to work with someone who came from somewhere else. And I've always liked yoik so much, the expression of the yoik, the vocal from the north, from the Sami people, that Katarina is doing that. I could imagine to work with that combination with my own music and my own improvisation with vocals, meeting yoik. And then also with the visuals from Matti, which is actually untreated material. The visuals are just filmed by himself and then not edited digitally, but just shown as they are. I think this project is something I never heard before and never seen before, and this is why I wanted to do it. I could imagine that it would be great to create something really new. And I've been in contemporary music for so long, like 30 years, and I'm so thirsty for something new. So this came along 4 years ago and I'm very, very grateful and very happy to work with such wonderful artists.
Other your project testify your great curiosity and interest in music. Is there a compass in your exploration? Are they ruled by your specific interest, or you like that also the circumstances could play a role?
The circumstances play a large role. I mean, each concert is also unique. We are improvising. We have some frames for our performance, and within those frames, a lot of things can happen. It can go really bad because everything is at stake. And I create all the sounds, the electronic sounds, in real time also, so that is quite risky to do that. If you do something wrong, or the technique it breaks down, a lot of things can happen. Also, Matti is improvising, even though he has recorded material, but he's improvising with the recorded material. But we have chosen which images and which instruments that go together with which parts, and we have rehearsed a lot. When we rehearsed before this festival, we were in Oslo in a studio with a screen so we could look at Matti's things. So we were working together, watching his stuff, and we are actually playing together with him. It's not added onto the music, and I think that is important. It's a living organism. It's very much alive, and it's very it's wild, it's unpredictable, and it can be really beautiful, and it can be very, very wild and strong. It's so much power already in the yoik, and when that meets my electronics and the way that I like to improvise with a lot of volume and a big contrast, that becomes something, a new expression, a very powerful expression that I really want to explore with this project, and it's unique every time.
How has been evolving your relationship with electronic instruments, considering the fact that technological possibilities are quickly changing? It's evolving it.
Yeah, I remember everyone was using a laptop around the millennium, for example, and then suddenly everyone wanted to play with electronics with analog gear again, and now everyone is using modular synthesis, and there is some trends that go in and out, and I feel like I've never been very trendy when it comes to choice of instruments, but I like to combine very low-tech gear with very high-tech gear And I change my setup also all the time. When I do my own concerts, just solo, then I also change the gear all the time to get some new influence, new inspiration, and a new challenge.
Your voice is changing also, so its possibilities. How do you care about your favorite instrument? How do you train it, prepare it?
I need to imagine when I perform. Before I go on stage, I need to visualize. It's a concentration. I need to envision, that's the right word, what I will do, sort of, even though I don't know what I do. But I need to come in a right state, physically and mentally, in order to do what I do. Because it's so requiring, it's so demanding, physically and also mentally. Like it's a lot of multitasking, and there's a lot of dialogue with your own aesthetics. So I feel completely exhausted afterwards. But I need to be in shape. So this is why I need to practice a lot, and I do a lot of concerts, and just to have my body also in shape in order to do that, to stand in that. If I want to be a performer, I need to take care of those things. I could be only composing. I am composing a lot. I compose for orchestras and films and etc. But it's not enough for me. I feel very frustrated if I'm not there when the music also is created. So I need that input. That was very clear to me during COVID, how much I missed being on the stage. I got very depressed by that, not being able to be there.
Doing often solo concerts, do you have a discipline, a way of preparing these concerts, or a core, a plan around which you organize the different performances? You are talking about a frame, no? In which you are putting all the elements. Is it always like that?
When I do my own solo concerts, it's not that much frame. No. Then it's risk, totally risky. This is the contradiction in my life. Like on one side, I make music in studio, I compose music, and it's super composed, it's very detailed, and everything is put in the right place. And when I'm on stage improvising, it's total freedom. So it's both sides. Maybe not all people need it like that, but I need those extremes. Avantjoik is very prepared in a way, but it has elements of improvisation within those frames. And the joik is a repetitive thing. When Katarina is joiking, the nature of the joik is like going in a circle. It doesn't have like ABA and then it's finished like a normal song. So that suits very much how I think music when I perform. Then I start things that go on and change gradually, for example. So that is also another reason why it's a very good combination with the joik and with my electronics.
Your project with Stian Westerhuis was involving acoustic instruments.
Oh yeah, you know about this. Oh nice.
And therefore a different approach from your other works. How did you come to this choice?
Oh yeah, that is a really good question also. So another way of putting yourself at risk, I must say, because I don't consider myself a keyboard player or an organ player. But I was invited to make music for a ballet at the Norwegian Opera and Ballet at the new opera house in Norway. And for that performance, I was using an old pump organ, like 100-year-old, with using pedals, and I built a lot of percussion around it, so it's like this multi-instrument with lots of gear around it. And I performed all the music on that. And after that, that was over, that performance, I felt I had so much material now to play organ, and I was invited by Oslo Jazz Festival to do this music outside of the opera, but I couldn't do that because the organ was inside the scenography. And it was 3 meters tall because I put on tubes and I really expanded it. So I bought a new organ, a new old organ, second hand, another one which I repaired, and I started to practice again. And I asked Stian if he wanted to join me because I didn't want to do this gig alone, just playing the organ. I was like, but then you have to play acoustic guitar. So then he played acoustic guitar, and nobody has heard that before. Perhaps not even his family, you know.
No.
Of course, yeah. But still, that was nice. We felt both then very challenged by this. So instead of playing the music that I had composed for this ballet, Sult, The Hunger, the novel of Knut Hamsun, which was a ballet. Instead of playing the music from Sult, and we made our own music with songs with lyrics by William Shakespeare. We have done that in some concerts, and we have also made a record with this, but it's not released yet. But we are now planning a release for that and having more concerts. So that is also really exciting. It's one other big project that I want to do on stage now, besides Avantjoik.
Other risks.
Yes, the risks. It's not for everyone.
The voice is the original instrument, the most ancient one, anyway, so close to the heart. And then we can imagine that it's difficult to separate it from your soul and your personal story. When you tell stories with your voice, do you tell also something about yourself?
Of course you do. I think this myth that all artwork is a self-portrait, that also goes for music. You are throwing your guts out. But to me it's not necessarily clear what it means when I do something, but I'm using from my own feelings, from my own experience, from my own language, and also I'm also having distance in it, so I can use life experiences but looking at it instead of being in it like an actor, not like an emotional actor, but looking at it and dealing with it that way. And I want to combine, I want to present a sort of ambiguity in my art that combines different experiences and emotions that people can relate to, not only like forcing my story on someone. So this is also why I'm not using that much text material in my own work as a vocalist, for example. Then my voice is the instrument. So the instrument is already a bearer of so much. So people experience very different things when they listen to my vocalization, which is good. I like that openness. I don't want the music to be distant, like neutral. The music has to be strong, but I'm not saying that I'm angry, for example. It's not specific, but it's a shared human knowledge. And we are, as humans, we are so complex. We are so full of everything and contradictions and all that. And I want to have this as an element also to build my music around what it means to be human, what it means to have a physical body and knowledge and history and relation and all the things that are going wrong with both nature and civilization, but also hope, also naivety, and also joy. It's so much. So the layers are endless.
So much to say.
Yes.
Thinking about creative singers, many names comes to my mind. Are there any singer and artists that you love or admire that are or were working in your musical field?
Well, there are many inspirations, of course. And now it's a lot of great musicians and also vocalists and performers today. Like, I get inspired every time I go to a concert. But there have been a few people that were important to me in the beginning when I started to explore the voice. Back then, when I was a student at the Music Academy, then, for example, I was in seminars with Sissel Andresen, who had a fantastic seminar at the Music Academy, encouraging people to improvise, like, to start over again, not in the jazz tradition. But at the same time, I founded the group Punkt together with 3 other women. And we are still performing with that. And now this is 26 years old group. But that has also meant a lot, like, to meet these other performers and to challenge each other. That was the mothership of my involvement as a singer. And then we have Japp Blunk, who I released 2 records with early on, as a vocalist coming from a totally different tradition of sound poetry, who I performed a lot with.
And how do you find inspiration at last?
I don't find inspiration, it comes to me. I can't help it. I'm curious and I try to be open to the world. But that also makes me sad because I see a lot of injustice and I see a lot of vulnerability and damage. And I want to speak about sustainability because we can't pretend anymore that we can have this sort of life where we go from one city to another like that. It's also a choice that I stop to fly like once a year, and it makes it difficult if you want to be a performing artist to travel slow and to go one place that you stay there and just not stay there for one night, but that you are with your experience. We can't go on like this. It's impossible. And to me, inspiration is to find ways of dealing with life as it should be, in a natural way.
I hope that this kind of sensibility could be more common in the future. And thank you for for this interview. Thank you very much, Maja.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.